Alright then, here we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We are currently in qualifying now, and welcome to the official JRFF Bahrain qualifying. So, who do we have coming out the pits right now? Let's actually make sure you can hear it. Let's quickly do that. Alright. Here we have the Red Bull actually coming out right now. I believe this is the first car of the session, and we have already seen someone retire from this qualifying session. What the hell? Well then, that is gonna be a yellow flag, I presume, whole course, but it seems the track has been cleared. So that will be the Red Bull's qualifying session done then. Okay, that's a very interesting start to the race. Well, and we're already seeing some wheel tapping. What are we seeing here? We're seeing the wheel tapping from two McLarens there, but here we're going to watch Epic actually start to go on his lap. He comes in into the first corner. It does look quite bright for Epic after the astonishing finish last race, and actually catching driver of the day. So let's see where he places himself in the Bahrain Grand Prix. You can see him coming down into the right hairpin here. You don't want to catch the curb too much, otherwise you could possibly spin. And we're going to see a yellow flag in sector 3. It appears to be one of the Williams. Not too sure which Williams it is. It's gone to the TV camera then of Epic Dusk. You can see him coming round to the brake meters now. It seems like he brakes roughly between the 50 and 100 there. Not too sure where he actually brakes, but you can see him coming down the long right-hander. Definitely don't want to catch the curb there. That has been lethal for previous drivers, as they almost always spin. You can see him lose a bit of traction there, coming on to the exit of the corner, but looks like he's doing fine now. Coming around into the last corner, we want the best exit possible to try and gain as much speed going down the main straight. What time will this be for Epica? 1:29.8. I'm not too sure if that is fast or not, but all I know is that he's the first one to set the lap. So we do have roughly 6 drivers left to complete their lap. It seems Epic is either doing a cool down lap or going on to another lap. As we've got a yellow flag, sector 2. That's from the Mercedes there. Of Surreal. Yeah, you can see he's just doing his warm-up lap now. But let's go on to the Williams. This will be his first ever race then in JRFF. As you can see, Eduardo setting a 1:30.9. And Capitan there. Oh my goodness, we have just had quite a few people finish their lap. So we have the McLaren in P2, the Ferrari in P3, and the Williams in P4. But let's see where this William puts himself on the grid. He's coming around the final corner there for the Bahrain qualifying. Let's see what lap time this will be. A 1:34.2. That is definitely not what Doe expected. But it seems like he is going to go for another hot lap, coming around then into the first corner, getting a little bit of oversteer coming into the left-hander there. But he's managed to keep his way, coming into the fourth corner then of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Oh, and he spun it! Developer Doe has spun it. It's definitely not what you want to see. As we've seen an improvement from the Ferrari then. It seems that he has placed himself actually in P2 with a 1:30.1, improving just only 50 milliseconds from the McLaren then. It seems Epic is actually on provisional pole for now. He's the only one to have put it in the 1:29, so it seems this could be an easy qualifying for Epic. As we see Lanor here, I'm not too sure what he's doing. Although he is causing a yellow flag, so he should probably get in the pits. I'm not actually too sure what he's doing, but as you can see, quite a few people are actually in the pits now. But let's see this Williams here. It looks like he will be coming into the pits now as well. Or he could be going on for another hot lap. As you can see, a bit of oversteer there coming out of that corner. Yes, as you can see, he is actually going to be going across the finish line. And there is someone on the... Oh my goodness. Gold there. It seems like he has spun coming out of the pits, placing himself right on the curb that Doe wished to have taken, but it seemed he had to go. He wasn't able to actually catch the curb. As you can see, he does a bit of a Lewis Hamilton there, going a bit wide, catching the curb there a little bit. That curb can be lethal if you take too much of it, so you want to stay clear of that. Coming around the hairpin, then getting some oversteer. Not the best line, but he's managed to keep it all together. Going a little bit wide then into... Oh my goodness. He has spun it. This is not the qualifying session you want to see then from the Scottish driver. Let's see the gold here though. Flashing Doe goodbye with the DRS flap there. He's actually yet to set a lap though, so it's interesting to see where he'll place himself. As you can see, Doe's right behind there. As we only have one person left in the pit, that will be Lanor. I mean, obviously we have the Red Bull that unfortunately spun, but here we can see Gold then doing his presumably first hot lap of the qualifying session. As you can see here, coming down into the first corner, taking a bit too much curb, which could lose him some time. Make sure to use as much curb there as possible. Grabbing the DRS, going down the back straight, braking in the middle of the 150 brake board, presumably where most other drivers will be braking as well. You can see him taking some curb there, sticking clear of the inside curb, going into the right-hander. As you can see him coming around the hairpin now, getting as much curb as possible. Definitely wouldn't be getting the best exit possible, as it's a run down to a long left-hander, then a sharp left-hander. Grabbing the DRS again on the second back straight of the Grand Prix. You can see him coming down here. The brake boards again, braking in the middle of the 150 like most other drivers. Around the long right-hander, and then the long right-hander again, then turns into a sharp one, going down the third back straight of the Grand Prix. He is going to have to get the best exit through this corner to maximise the speed he will be gaining through the main straight. Let's see where this will put Gold. That puts him fastest of the qualifying session, a 129.4. Only two now have made it into the 129s. Very interesting to see. Definitely did not expect that, as he improves basically 4/10 from Epic Dusk. Let's see though, we do have quite a few more people coming out now. It seems Epic is on his hot lap to try and gain his P1 back. Not too sure if you remember, but in Austria it was quite a terrible qualifying session for Epic Dusk himself. It seemed he disconnected halfway through of his hot lap and wasn't able to reconnect until the sprint race start. As you can see, Capitan making his way into the 129s as well. A 129.7, just improving from Epic here, but Epic is going to be coming around the last corner here, so will we see an improvement from him? I'm not too sure. As you can see, him coming down the main straight here, grabbing the DRS. What time is this going to be? It is going to be a fastest lap, almost putting it in the 128s, but that will be a 129 flat for Epic Dusk, improving 4/10 from Gold, basically doing what Gold did to Epic, but instead Epic's doing it to Gold. Very interesting to see. I haven't seen too many improvements from the other drivers then. Unfortunately, for the first qualifying, even for the first weekend for this Williams here for Doe, it doesn't seem too great, to be perfectly honest with you. His luck hasn't really gone his way, as you've seen quite a bit of oversteer almost out of every corner. So it seems there could be possibly something wrong with the car. I'm not too sure. As you can see, some oversteer there as well. I'm not too sure if this is hot lap or not. See him coming down the back straight then. Long left-hander. And keeping to that left-hander. I'm not too sure if you heard the revs there, but they did seem to jump around quite a lot. Coming around the second to last corner then. Bit of the rear looked like it almost stepped out a bit. So let's see where this lap time will be putting Doe. It seems like if he at least wants a chance to get into the top 6, he's going to set a better lap time, and he does. He improves from his teammate by 20 milliseconds. That is absolutely, well, not absolutely incredible, but that is definitely what he wants to see after being 4 seconds off the pace, which is, I mean, not what you really want to see, to be honest. But it seems like for his first weekend, he's not doing too bad, placing himself in front of Eduardo. And I mean, Eduardo looked pretty fast the past race. So what does this mean for Doe? I'm not too sure. But it is his first race, and all will be revealed, I guess, at the race, the sprint race, sorry. You can see him just doing his warm-up lap now. But let's see Eduardo then, the teammate of the Williams. It looks like he's just come out of the pits very recently, and he wants his P6 back, or possibly more. He could be going for a high position, maybe in the midfield region. You see him coming around the long left-hander, getting the best exit, and then putting himself on the outside and then the inside, hugging the apex nice and tightly. But let's see though, he will be starting his hot lap very soon. Will he improve from a 130.9? I'm not too sure. Coming around the last corner then. See him crossing the timing line there. Oh, that was his hot lap. That will put Eduardo in P5, sorry, as the McLaren improves to a 129.4. That is definitely an improvement for Eduardo, but will he be happy with that? I'm not too sure. I will unfortunately put Doe though back to his original position of 7th. As you can see, some oversteer there. Oh my goodness. It is not looking too bright for the Williams. There's just been so much oversteer going on, and I'm not too sure what it actually is. As you can see, I'm going a bit slow there. Let's see if anyone else is doing their hot lap right now. Possibly the McLaren here is on his hot lap. As you can see, the Williams is in front. Or the Williams of Eduardo. Possibly looking to improve his lap. So will Eduardo. Hugging the apex nice and tightly, but not touching the curb. Coming round the second to last corner then. Getting the best exit possible to get the best run down here. And here he goes then. Down into the last corner of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Taking it a bit wide. And it seems like that was just his cool down lap. So that's a bit funny. And it looks like Doe here could be starting another hot lap and trying to improve. I'm not too sure how these softs, I'm not too sure how old these softs, sorry, will be, as it seems he's done quite a few laps with these softs. But all I know, I mean, there is a yellow flag actually all of a sudden. Sector 2 and 3. If you look in the minimap in the bottom right, it doesn't seem like it's too major. It just seems like the cars are slowing down on track, ready for their hot lap. As you can see in the top left, most of them are on their out laps. You can see the Williams here now coming through the hairpin. Oh, and he spun it. He has spun it. Oh no. It seems like this Williams qualifying is possibly ruined, but can he get himself to the start-finish line before qualifying is over? As you can see, Capitan now, it seems like he's going to be going on to another hot lap. He was the P1 in last race. He was battling the Red Bulls in the sprint race, or a bit of oversteer then. He was battling the Red Bulls last race, and then the in the last sprint race, but then the Red Bulls unfortunately spun basically first lap, and we have seen a retirement from Capitan. Deary me. That is not what you want to see. That's going to be yellow flag sector 2 and 3 then. As we see quite a few people retire. It seems like they're just ready to get done with the session. I'm not too sure if anyone's actually doing a hot lap right now. It seems Lanor is, but I'm not too sure if Gold is. It doesn't seem like he's trying to be too fast right now, but he could possibly. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it then. Oh, he did grab some front wing damage, so not too smart of him, to be honest. And it seems like they're all done with their laps then. So let's quickly go back onto F1 22 then. Not too sure what Lanor's doing here, but taking quite an interesting line, saying hello to all the marshals before he finishes his lap. Let's see him then. Oh! Got some 360s going on from the man. He's got some 360s going on. Oh! Very interesting to see then from Lando then. Grabbing the DRS to go into the... Oh! Nope, he's retired instead. Well, there we go then. That will be the lineup for Bahrain sprint race. Actually, no. It's probably not going to be a sprint race as it is Bahrain. Interesting pose there from Epic. We will be back with you shortly for the race or sprint race. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure. So, thank you all for tuning in for the qualifying, and we will be back with you shortly for the race. Right then, we are now back as we are watching presumably the formation lap. Yeah, it seems it will be the formation lap. You can see gold here. I'm not too sure why, but it seems Epic and Lando made some collision at some point in the formation lap, so they have somehow been disqualified from the formation lap. So let's make it so you guys can actually hear it. And let's go back then. Alright, not too long before the race start then. As you can see, they're all just trying to gain the tyre temps. Going quite fast actually for a formation lap, cannot lie. You can see they're all weaving. They're all weaving there. Let's see though, not one to go before the race start. They're all going to be lined up and the lights almost instantly going to be going after the green flag is waved behind them all. See them now lining up on the grid. It seems like we're going to have Epic in P1, Gold in P2. We're going to have the McLaren in P3, Capitan P4, Eduardo P5, Lano P6, Doe in P7. And last but not least, the Red Bull in P8. As soon as all these cars line up, it will be lights out and away we go. So, seems like we're just waiting for the last Williams to line up then. Let's go to the P1 sitter. As it's 5 red lights and it's lights out and away we go. Gold gets a better start than Epic going into the first corner. As you can see him taking the lead almost instantly, getting an astonishing start. It seems Epic has had a terrible start. I'm not too sure what's happened to him then, as Capitan makes his way into P2. Eduardo loses a position to McLaren in the back. And we're already seeing a yellow flag. It seems like the McLaren has spun all his way back to P8. I'm not too sure how that has happened for him, but it seems like the racing will continue. It doesn't look like there is going to be a yellow flag for now, as we're seeing the predicted pit stop strategy. Either the mediums to the hards or a soft to the mediums to the hards. And what a chaotic race start it was. Epic, unfortunately, losing his position to 2 people. It seems like he just had an incredibly bad start. And he's already 1 second behind Capitan. I'm not too sure how that's happened, but it seems like he is going to have to try and gain that time back then, as we're going to watch the Ferrari here. It seems like this Ferrari and Mercedes up in front do have quite some history with each other from last race. As it seemed, they had some different choices, as we see some defensive moves there, or some weaving from gold. 1:35 will be the fastest lap for now. Going into the first corner then, as we see an overtake. Unfortunately, I've missed that on the Williams, but he makes the move back, going then into the back straight. Let's go to the Red Bull though. He is going to try and gain some time. It seemed like I'm not too sure if DRS is open yet or not, but it seems like he's trying to gain as much time as possible, possibly with DRS, so that we could see an overtake soon from the Red Bull, as we see a retirement from Lanor. I unfortunately cannot see what happened there, but I'm not too sure what's happened then. It seems Lanor has just retired. Not too sure if it was a crash or not, or if it was intentional or unintentional, but although we are seeing some action actually going on up here. 3/10 is only the distance between the 2 cars now. Seems Gold got a better exit then through here. Let's turn the audio a bit down. Sorry for the black screen. There we go. We are now back. As you can see, there is a move made from the Red Bull. Fastest lap from Epic then, a 1:33.1. As actually, I think we've seen a spin. If you can remember, the Williams was actually in front of the Red Bull, but now he's behind the McLaren. Not too sure what's happened there, but all I know is that he'll probably be extremely annoyed with that. As you see both the Williams at the back, it's definitely not a race to remember then for Doe, as he is 8 seconds behind. But let's go up here then, as we can see a 5/10 gap now between the 2 cars, as we are actually seeing Epic is gaining some time as well. So it seems like there is a battle going on for P1. Is quite a close battle as well. Only one second separates the 3 drivers. So you see them then going around the long right-hander, then the sharp right-hander compared to the long right-hander. Going down the back straight then, as we see an overtake from Eduardo. But it seems like actually the McLaren spun, so that's how we got the move done. Unfortunate for the McLaren there, but the other McLaren, it seems he's having quite a good time with the fastest lap, 1:32.7. Seems like he has quite some pace on him, trying to catch up to the 2 in front. So it seems like we do actually have a 3-way battle for P1. So this is definitely what you want to watch, as you can see them grabbing the DRS down the back straight, going into the 4th corner then of the Bahrain Grand Prix. As you can see, Epic has actually gained quite some time to the Ferrari in front. It seems the predictions are right, that Epic and Capitan will have the expected rivalry we all thought, as we saw them battling almost the whole race last time at Austria. So you can see then not too much has changed, and even with the DRS, it's quite hard to catch up to the car in front. I'm not too sure if Epic actually has like quite high downforce, but if he does, it doesn't seem like it's working too well for him on the straights. Well, obviously, but even with the DRS, it doesn't seem like he can catch up, as we see some oversteer then from the Ferrari in front, as we can see possibly a move being made. Epic looks down the inside, but he's not going to be making the move today. As you can see him then making a move now down the inside, but he tried to make the move, but it seems that the Ferrari used possibly some overtake then, squeezing Epic a little bit, making him feel a bit threatened. As you can see him keeping the inside line there, very clean racing between the two. Epic possibly looking to get a switchback. He has made it barely alongside, but it seems like he lost the position again as he gets some train and DRS from the Ferrari. This is going to be exactly what Gold wants, as he has quite some time now to run away from the two battling. As we see a bit of oversteer then coming from the Ferrari. And it seems like the Mercedes has almost ran away. If the Ferrari can stay in the DRS range, it seems like he could keep the DRS. But if he loses it, this could actually alter how the race order, the end of the race will look. I mean, DRS is actually quite an important thing, especially for people trying to catch up, like Capitan right now. Although no DRS needed, it seems like he is actually gaining some time. Only two tenths was actually gained, as we're going to see Epic possibly go down the inside of the last one of the Bahrain Grand Prix, braking late, but it seems actually Capitan broke early. It seems like Epic will not have the DRS. It seems it was quite smart then from the Ferrari, as Ferrari will be making his position back then from Epic. Epic possibly looking down the inside. He is alongside, but it seems that Ferrari did not think he was entitled to that space. So here we go then, 1 second gap now from the car in front. So it seems like the DRS gap is for now lost. All because of the two cars, the Ferrari and the McLaren. It just seems like they are fighting so much. Let's give you a quick update on everyone else though. As you can see, we have the Red Bull, who started last in P8, made his way into P4. It seems like the mechanics were quite lucky to fix the car in time then. The Eduardo here, and Lenither 999, he is spun. He is a minute behind, as he actually is having to give blue flags to the people in front. But it seems like going back to the fight now, it seems like the DRS gap has been what would you call it? The DRS gap now is there, so that means the Ferrari will be able to catch up a bit more efficiently. Epic was fighting actually for P2, but it seems like a bit of time was lost. But we could actually see, as a reminder, so we could actually be seeing some pit stops done quite soon, as it seems like everyone will be going from the mediums to the hards. Let's actually excuse for the massive thing in the top right, but let's see the position changes then made from all the drivers, so we can see a 4-place improvement then from the Red Bull, a 2-place improvement from the Ferrari of Capitan, and Epic has unfortunately lost himself 2 positions. Only 2 people have actually kept their grid position then. That will be Eduardo and Doe. the two Williams. It's been quite a mediocre race as Epic possibly looks down the inside, but it doesn't seem like he will be making the move just yet. But let's go then to the actual tyre compound they are all on. So it doesn't seem like anyone has any penalties yet, but if we go into the tyres for now, it seems like they are actually all on the medium. So it seems like it's going to be a medium to hard strategy for the Moors. We're going to see a yellow flag, sector 3. I'm not too sure who that is, but it seems that was Doe. It's just not been too great for Doe, has it? I mean, in the other leagues he's been in, he has been extremely fast, but could it be the change of game for Doe that Doe's not used to, or what? But as we see, he has almost been lapped now by the whole field. It's only McLaren left to lap him, and that's definitely not what Doe wants to be seeing. Let's see then, though, as we only have a 2/10 gap to the Ferrari in front. Epic braking a bit too late, unfortunately losing a bit of time. It seems like he just a bit misjudged the braking zone a bit. See some sparks there flying from the Ferrari. DRS now enabled. Going into the long left-hander, now the long right-hander. So it doesn't seem too much is actually going on. I mean, we definitely have the three-way battle for P1, but still, after 8 laps, it seems like not too many position changes were made between the three. And actually, it's worth mentioning, it seems like the Red Bull behind is actually silently gaining some time. See them then coming into the first corner. Gold going a bit wide. I'm not too sure if that was to get a better exit or not, because there is going to be a DRS on this straight, but all I know is that Gold is doing some weaving, but it seemed like it was only one weave that only lost him time, so not too sure what he was thinking there. Maybe the tyres are a bit cold or something like that, but I'll be honest, I'm not too sure. Let's go back to the McLaren actually. As you can see some oversteer there from the Ferrari. Epic can look down the outside. Will he make the move stick going into... Oh! We have seen some contact. It seems like Capitan almost forced him off a bit there. As you can see now, the Red Bull behind Epic, there's only a 2-second gap between the two of them. And if you remember, that was a 4-second gap, so who knows? That was quite dirty, in my opinion, from the Ferrari, but I didn't have the best of angles to see. Maybe Epic didn't leave enough room or something, but all we know for now is that Epic is 1.5 seconds behind Capitan. So now it looks like it's gonna be a 2-way fight, which was once a 3-way fight, but only gonna be a 2-way fight for P1 now. So we're seeing some oversteer then from the Ferrari. 1 second gap now between the two. Gonna try and gain as much time as possible with the DRS going down into the back straight. Coming into the left-hander, now the hairpin. This you almost have to nail and get the best exit possible. Also, this critical section, the long left-hander turning into a sharp left-hander. If you mess this up, some critical time is actually very easily lost. As you can see the two now coming down the back straight. As we're going to see a yellow flag. That looks like it was from Doe then. So it doesn't seem like it's Doe's day, as he's also caught himself a penalty. I'll be honest, I would probably just pit and make sure just leave the car as it is, not use too much engine wear for the rest of the season, as catching a new engine or even engine parts can catch yourself a penalty. So maybe it's the best idea for Doe to just retire and save the car for a possible damage caused from the, what would you call it, the spinning from Doe. As you can see, he is a minute behind. I mean, he's almost going to be lapped by the whole field, put it that way. So let's just brief ourselves over the whole race then. So we saw a DNF first lap from Lano 04 then. Not too great for the Ferrari then, definitely not what he wanted. But unfortunately he has no way of reversing it now. So it seems like Lano will have yet again not the best finish. But if we head up the order, it seems Eduardo and Doe have still kept their positions, so it seems they've done quite well for themselves. But definitely not, well, I say done well for themselves, I mean Doe is unfortunately last and a minute 30 behind and about to be lapped by the whole field. So Doe definitely could be doing better. I will admit, it has been a very mediocre race, but I say that as we're seeing someone coming into the pits now, that is going to be the Ferrari. It seems like 11 laps into the race, someone has finally pitted. It seems like he has got an alright pit stop there. Not too many errors, very fast then, from the Ferrari pit crew. Seems like they'll be very happy with that one. Now onto the hards. Let's see where he puts himself. Now, it seems he is P5 and 8/10 according to the leaderboard, behind Eduardo. Actually, no, 4 seconds. Not that close, is it? So, 5 seconds, actually. So, it seems like the Ferrari will be trying to undercut the Mercedes then. So let's see how this works out for him. It seems like he's the only one who've actually gone in the pits so far. I mean, that we could be seeing some possible pit stoppers next lap, or this lap possibly. So we see Gold here coming around the second to last corner. Now the back straight. Gold has done very well for himself, if I do say so myself. I mean, we did not expect him to make his way into this position. I mean, it seems as if he's almost drunk a speed potion, some could say. I mean, after last race, to be perfectly honest with you, he wasn't looking too great, as we are going to see some 2 other pit stoppers then. So let's see where the Ferrari comes out. As you can see in the bottom right then, the Ferrari coming around the final corner. But it seems like Epic has actually made his way in front of the Ferrari. It seems like that wasn't the best of strategies then for the Ferrari, because Epic has made his way into P2 as we've seen a spin from the Red Bull. I'm not too sure how he spin coming out of the pits, but he has managed to do it. So it seems like Epic is actually in front of the Ferrari now. We've still got Gold left to pit. So this could mean Gold will stay in front, according to what we've just seen with Epic and the Ferraris. You can see the Ferrari trying to fight back then. It seems like he's using a bit of overtake as well to try and get ahead. As we see a yellow flag then from I believe it is Doe. The Ferrari almost looking down the inside there, or the outside, but it doesn't seem like he was going to make the move anytime soon. Hugging the apex nice and tightly, going around the second to last corner yet again. Quite a critical corner actually, as you need the best exit out of there possible. And we're still not seeing a pit then from Gold. Could Gold be pitting this lap? I'm not too sure, but all I know is that he will actually need to do it sometime soon, otherwise the tyre wear will outweigh the time gained in front. So you can see the Ferrari there looking down the outside. Doesn't seem like he'll make the move stick for now, but he has the DRS. Epic making some defensive moves, going down the inside. Finally, the first bit of action this race. And it seems like he has made the position stick. Sticking Epic a bit wide and catching, actually, Epic. A 3-second time penalty. It doesn't actually look like that was Epic's fault, though. Although it does seem like it could have been easily avoided for him, though. But it does seem like major time loss. It does seem like there could be some major time loss. Epic then trying to look down the inside of the Ferrari. Some very good battling going on from the two there. The rivals we all expected predict with the prediction from the last race. Coming down the third back straight, looking down the inside yet again. And they broke both very early as we... Oh my goodness, what on earth has just happened there? It seems like the Ferrari tapped the back of the McLaren there. It seems like they were both trying to play the DRS game. That was very dirty from the both, if I say so myself, as we... Not too sure what we're seeing then from Capitan. Seems like he was just tapping the rear of Epic. Not too sure why. But we still haven't seen a pit from the race leader. 20-second gap then from the race leader. And how... I'm not actually too sure how long the pit stop was. But if the McLaren and the Ferrari want even possibly a chance and try to catch P1 again, they're going to have to push as hard as possible before the Mercedes actually boxes. Let's go to the Mercedes then, actually. Let's see if he will box this lap. He still will not box. There is actually some time being gained from the car behind, so it possibly was the best choice for Gold to have pitted then and there, but he is still going. His 15 lap old mediums, as we've seen. Oh, we've seen a retirement from Doe then. I'll be honest, the race for Doe wasn't looking too great, as we see a safety car. This is not what Gold wants to be seeing. Or possibly it is, I'm not too sure. But it doesn't seem like this will be too great for Gold, as it catches all of them up. So it seems like he will actually have to pit under the safety car.
LOL.
As we see Doe there saying LOL. I mean,
I didn't realise I kind of crashed.
Yeah. So it seems like Doe actually crashed then, as you can hear him there. I'm not too sure how he crashes in the second sector really, but oh well. But let's see if Gold is going to pit or not. Going for some reason quite slow on the back straight. I'm fairly sure the safety car pace is a bit faster than this. But possibly he could be saved if he pits now. There's a 30-second gap. You can see him now coming into the pits. So maybe his race is not ruined. All will be told though, as Epic and Capitan are gonna make their way to the last corner. But it just seems that Gold is still in the lead of this race. Very, very impressive then, and very lucky, if I say so myself, from Gold. But what isn't too lucky is that the Mercedes, oh, I'm missing a spin. Oh, he's gonna have to get back to his track as quickly as possible, otherwise Epic would be able to overtake him. So quite risky from him there, but he's just gonna have to stick it behind the safety car for now. So you can see then the McLaren has finally caught up to Gold. It seems like his race is not ruined just yet, as there will essentially be a race restart. This actually could have been what Doe needed. That could have actually put him back into the race. This safety car could have been crucial for him, but it seems like it won't be for now. As he, the retirement of him actually caused the safety car. So possibly, if there was a safety car, without the possible retirement of him, then his race could have been essentially, let's say, resurrected. If you just give me a second though, we will put you on a short intermission while the safety car is being complete. We will make sure you are back in time for the rest of the race, and for now I will be putting you onto a short intermission. We are back then. Still safety car. Not too much has changed. The McLaren is still yet to actually catch up. As you can see them all just trying to get the tyre temps in before the race restart. Let's actually make it so you can hear the cars though. That'll probably be preferable for you guys. There we go then. See, the McLaren then has almost caught up. Oh, it seems we have missed a thing or two, as we are seeing the Ferrari in P4 or P5. Not too sure how he's got there. Maybe that short intermission wasn't of the greatest ideas, but not too much can change for now. But as you can see, the McLaren then has almost caught up, so it seems like safety car will actually be in this lap. Oh, then they are all on the hards then. So it seems like all their pit stop strategies are complete. Although, are we going to actually see safety car in this lap or not? As what the... As we see, Epic has gone in front. Was that illegal or not? As we see, race control then says safety car in this lap. But what is going on? What the... What
Safety
have
car
we just
in this
seen?
lap. Safety car in this lap.
We could hear then Lenneth at 999 stating the safety car in this lap. How has Gold put himself into P3 then? I'm not too sure why that's happened. But any second now they will start racing again. And here we go. The race has now restarted. No overtakes just yet, but they have all crossed the line now, so overtakes will now be allowed. As you can see, Eduardo making his way into P1, going down the inside. You can see him there, P1.
Oh my lord, this is sensational!
As you can see from the apparent co-commentator there then, as we see some sensational moves apparently, as we see the Ferrari now going down the inside of gold. So Epic has actually made his way to P6. I'm not too sure how that has happened, but unfortunately for him, that is not his that is not how he expected it to go. I mean, I've completely missed it, but it seems the other McLaren has taken his spot. Gold is in P4. He was once the race leader, but now P4. 10 laps then of racing left to go. Laps of racing left to go, and the field is all quite bunched up together, as we could possibly see an overtake of the Red Bull here from the McLaren. The McLaren is gaining quite a lot. As you can see him going down the inside then on the back straight. Sensational move there from the McLaren.
Epic Dusk says it on the...
And we can hear the co-commentator yet again expressing his thoughts of the move of Epic down the inside. As we see the Red Bull's actually pitting. Why are we seeing the Red Bull pitting? Not too sure, to be perfectly honest with you, but let's go to Epic then. Made his way back into P5. He was P6. I think it was the 4th corner. But no.
Very long stop for these.
As we hit apparently a very long stop then for the Red Bull. I mean, it does. Oh yeah, he is actually up 30 seconds behind the rest of the pack. So I'm not too sure if he's got a trick up his sleeve. As we're seeing the yellow flag.
Spun. What a sensational Grand Prix!
And we hear words then from our man on track, and we apparently he was apparently right next to the spin then, and we hear words of a sensational Grand Prix. So Epic possibly looking to make a move on gold. He wasn't able to make a move previously, but here we see then Epic looking down the inside, going into the last corner, braking very, very late, but he makes the move stick. Gold grab the DRS. I'm not too sure if DRS yet is actually enabled. As you can see the message there, DRS is enabled, but it will not be enabled for this straight. So Epic is gonna Gold actually is gonna be having to keep this gap so we can grab the DRS going on to this next straight. Does seem like too many move of positions are being made then, but I have to say Eduardo has made his way into P1, which is absolutely amazing from the Williams driver. I mean, I'll be honest, I could not have expected that. I mean, he was P5 where Gold is right now, but it seems the two have just essentially completely swapped positions, as we are seeing some time being gained from the Ferrari to the Williams.
And Eduardo rounds turn 8, hugging the apex like it gets sprayed his granny.
And the man on track there, giving his thoughts on the giving his thoughts then on the corner. Even though he didn't hug the apex like it was favourite nanny, he hugged it like it was his least favourite granny, to be perfectly honest with you. As he went quite wide. As we go then down the main straight, the Ferrari will be wanting to enable the DRS. Down the main straight, fastest lap then from Epic in a 1:30. 132.6, and we see a retirement from the Mercedes. We have seen a retirement from the once P1, as we are going to... Oh my god, I'm blind or something, but we have seen an overtake then from the Ferrari into P1. That's not what Eduardo was really hoping for. I mean, he was in P1. I'm not sure how he got there, to be perfectly honest with you. And now, it looks like he's trying to gain that position back, as we see the McLaren is braking late a little bit, almost making some contact then. As we see a swap of positions then from the two McLarens. It seems almost possibly the McLaren behind just let him through. He thought his teammate had some more pace, so why not? I'll let him through. So, it seems like we are back to a three-way fight, but there is a change. The change is we have seen a change in person. So Eduardo wants P5, now P2, and in the three-way fight for P1, we only have 5 people left then, out of the 8 people originally. So Epic is gonna want to try and make his way down the main straight, grabbing the DRS. He seems like he is going to be gaining a 132.2. He just keeps getting a personal best each and every lap, as you can see him going down the outside of Eduardo there. What on earth is that move there? That was quite a brave move, as you can see Eduardo's keeping it on the inside. Very interesting to see, if I do say so myself. I mean, he's going to want to... They're still side by side. Almost some contact there. That could have been catastrophic for the McLaren. There was very almost collision. As you can see, the brakes look up there a bit for Eduardo. And we are... Oh! We have seen a spin from the Ferrari. What on earth? And we're seeing the other McLaren has made his way into P3. So we are seeing a double podium from the McLarens for now. And we're going to see fastest lap then from the Red Bull. He is currently on the sauce. It seems like he was just going for fastest lap, trying to flex his muscles. And he definitely proved so by setting fastest lap of the race. We'll see Eduardo then maybe making a move. Oh, he has touched Epic. Epic trying to save it. He saved it, but at the cost of 2 positions. Quite dirty then, in my opinion, from Eduardo. I mean, he has the DRS and Epic won't have the DRS. I mean, is that any more of a smack in the face than it already was from somebody punting him off? This race is going to be coming to a close, as Epic is going to be going down the inside of his teammate. It seems like the teammate almost just let him by. Not too much was to be done by the McLaren. Now, it seems like a three-way fight again, but a major change. We have someone else, and that someone else will be the other McLaren. Almost see some contact there. That was very, very close. I mean, that could have been quite ironic to see then Epic do the exact same of what had just happened to him not less than a lap ago. But it is looking quite promising then for the McLarens. I mean, even if the McLaren gets overtaken, he will still be in P4, and the person behind P4 in P5 is 60 seconds behind, so I'm not too sure they'll have too much to worry about, to be perfectly honest with you. Seeing some late braking there from Epic. I mean, not really what he'll be wanting to see. going then into the back straight, grabbing the DRS. I think he does have the DRS if I'm not mistaken. 4 laps then left of this Grand Prix. This Grand Prix is slowly coming to a close, and there is a 4-way fight, essentially. Very, very close together, all of them. You can see the Ferrari there just eager to get past the McLaren. He could have actually made a move down there, but actually at the same time it doesn't seem like he was willing to risk possibly his race to make a risky move down the inside. So we see Epic then has gained some major time, but that time may be lost. Going down the main straight, but it doesn't seem like it will be. He has the DRS, as it seems like he is very, very close now to Eduardo. All can change then in the next 3 laps as soon as they cross the line. So surprisingly, there will actually only be 3 laps left of the Grand Prix. It's gone quite fast if I do say so myself. The first half of it, I had to say, wasn't that thrilling, but now we're here. We're going to see Epic go down the inside. Eduardo trying to squeeze him, but it seems Epic has made the move stick. Just trying to hold the inside line then, but it seems Eduardo is going to keep it round the outside. And a 3-second time penalty. Oh, I have completely forgot. Epic did have a time penalty. Does have a time penalty. But now Eduardo does as well. So it seems like this will actually be putting Epic and Eduardo 2 places behind. It seemed Eduardo just went a little bit wide there. Not too wide, in my opinion, but just a little bit wide, and he caught himself a 3-second time penalty. We don't have long left to go then, as we're going to see some oversteer from the Williams, and he gets unfortunately overtaken by both the McLaren and the Ferrari. But it doesn't seem like too much will be changed then, as he was going to be P4 anyway with the unfortunate time penalty, unless there is a mistake from the McLaren behind. I'm sure that is not what the McLaren wants though. I'm sure he wants to finish this race nice and cleanly and put himself into his first podium, or actually not his first podium, his second podium of the season. As we have a potential co-commentator then. Let's get him up. Sorry for the black screen. As we now have our co-commentator on board, let's get you back onto the main screen. Hang on, let's make sure they can actually hear you. Can you speak?
Hello?
Oh my god, that is so loud. Hang on. Right, speak.
Hi.
Alright, okay. We now have our co-commentator, Lenathan999. He was the man on track, but now he's the co-commentator, filling in for JS. JS is a dusty little you, and he will not be co-commentating this race, but
Wait,
instead we
Can you
have...
stream? I can't see.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let's quickly get the live stream up for Developer Doe. As we're coming on to the last couple of laps then. It seems, the McLaren has caught himself a penalty. He has caught himself a penalty. I'm not too sure why. So it seems Eduardo will be keeping his podium position. It seems like the McLaren was going to make his way to an easy P3 if he just kept it behind Eduardo. But now, it seems like the McLaren is going to have to fight for the position.
Track limit seems to be the main culprit in all of these penalties. I myself got a penalty for track limits, even though I had spun, and that was classed as track limits.
As we're seeing the Ferrari going down the outside, but not making the move stick. It doesn't seem like he was willing to risk it for the biscuit.
Like he was a day late and $1 short on that one.
Very funny joke there from our co-commentator. As we can see them then coming down into the sharp right-hander, almost a hairpin basically. And you can see the distance there is very close, and I'm fairly sure the Ferrari will have the DRS coming down into the main straight. As you can see, Epic does have a time penalty, but he's going to want to try and get away as much as possible, as there are only 2 laps left of this Grand Prix. 2 tenths now separates the two, as he possibly looks down the inside. Oh! There is no way he has made that work. As we're seeing the two side by side going down the back straight, the final corner now going on to the last lap. It seems Epic is going to be wanting to grab the DRS. You can see some very dirty moves going on from the two there.
These are critical corners for this Grand Prix.
As you can see them. Oh, he's being squeezed onto the gas. But Epic has got the DRS, so... Oh, Eduardo has made his way up into P2.
Oh,
and he's sneaked it down the inside.
Oh my god.
This...
Oh, sensational!
As you can see the excitement from...
work.
We are literally...
For another move round the outside.
We're literally jumping in our seats here. What are we seeing then? The Ferrari going absolutely down the inside, sending the two...
Oh, and the
very
Ferraris
wide.
managed to go through both of them.
I know. And he's going down the inside.
Epic.
Oh, he gets a bit of oversteer though. That's definitely
desperate now.
It seems like this Williams is absolutely loving the oversteer. After spectating a bit of developer Douglas's onboard.
Yeah, I didn't have the best race. Let's just say that.
Alright then, they're coming round into the critical corners. This is going to be the last couple of corners of this Grand Prix. It seems like
the positions might stay as they are. I don't think they're close enough to each other. Maybe Epic could get the Ferrari, but unlikely.
But let's see then. It seems like the Ferrari will be grabbing another race win, but all could be changed at this final corner. There could be a spin, there could be not.
Oh, but Epic and Eduardo both have penalties.
Yeah, they unfortunately both have penalties. So
it's a confirmed Ferrari win.
And there we go then. That is the race.
The Ferrari wins the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Oh God!
With Epic Dusk in second, Eduardo in third, Glacier in fourth, and Thigis in fifth.
Well, this has been an extraordinary Bahrain Grand Prix. We have seen many retirements from especially including one from our co-commentator here. Well, there we go then. Well then, as you were a driver on the track before this race, this race is over, before they park up in Parc Fermé, who would you say would be the driver of the day?
Well, Dinah, I think I'd have to go for Eduardo. Not because he's my teammate, but because he came from second last to third.
It's because he's your teammate, right?
Okay, other than him, I would go for probably the Ferrari.
I mean, it was quite impressive, to say the least, from him. But we did see actually one dirty move from him earlier, so there could be a possible time penalty for him. But all is yet to be revealed, as the stewards are yet to make their steward decisions after this race.
And if you happen to miss any of the action, just go ahead to your Sky Q controller, press the red button. So you
this isn't Sky Sports.
All the highlights. And,
This is a Sky Sports. It's the wrong channel.
Oh.
It's the big red subscribe button. If you've missed anything, make sure to click that.
Yeah, make sure if that subscribe button is red, if that subscribe button's red, I will come for you personally.
Well, here we go then. That is the finishing grid then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We're gonna have the two Polish people actually are going to be in the podium, and only one English laddie has made it into the podium. Well, there we go then. That is going to be the Bahrain Grand Prix. Thank you for joining us for the JRFF official round 2. And thank you for tuning in. This will be me and our co-commentator signing off. Oh my god, I actually hate you so